Hey, what's going on? Chris here, Trailblazer Fitness Academy. Really excited to share this with you today. This was actually created because in my program, the Trailblazer Fitness Academy, the lifestyle program that we offer, we had at the beginning many ways to track and assess our overall health to some degree, right? We would have a weight, right? We can see, cool, is what we're doing with our nutrition improving. We had a nutrition sort of tracking method where we can see, okay, are you sticking to the plan, and how tightly are you adhering to that, so that we can look and see, cool, you are doing well, you are doing better, because we can look at the pictures. But for quite some time, we didn't have a fitness assessment. We didn't have a time or an ability for us to see, cool, we're working out, we're doing stuff, but we really aren't sure if we are improving or not. And I think a lot of people out there don't do that. I think when somebody goes into the gym, they'll go hop on the treadmill, they'll also grab some weights, but they really aren't sure of where their starting point is. And so what happens is, over the course of time, and I know this from experience as well, being a trainer to being a guy that was really small in high school and all those sorts of things, I went to the gym, felt like I wasn't making progress, and then stopped going. And that stinks, because every day that you do exercise, that you're working out hard, all those things, you are making progress. But without a baseline, without us giving an understanding of the beginning, it's really hard to feel those things and look at them and actually assess to see if they're true or not. So in today's video, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you the assessment that we use in my program. Level 1, there's 3 levels, but the first level, so you get an idea of what something like this would look like. Now, it is, why I'm looking this way is I have 2 cameras sort of set up. I have a sheet that, if you'd like, you can screenshot it. I could send it to you, whatever. But this is what this thing looks like. And let me get it to where I'm a little bit. There we are. So this is fitness assessment level 1. I'll show you the standards of the movements, because that's also important, right? Like, if you did bench on a machine and then you did bench with a bar, those are completely separate. It's actually way harder to do it on a free-floating bar than it is on a machine, without the instability and all those sorts of things, right? So I'm going to show you the standards for each of these movements, and then go over how it's actually done. So I'll go over how it's done first. So the assessment, okay, has 2 portions. It has a strength portion and then a conditioning portion, okay? The strength portion consists of 3 movements. It is push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. If you're not able to do those, still hang with me. I'm going to show you how you can do like a part 1 to this, so that you can gradually get yourself caught up to speed, so that you can do the next part of it, okay, the actual assessment 1, okay? After you do the push-ups for a minute, you're going to rest a minute. Then you're going to do sit-ups for a minute, and then you are resting a minute. And then you do squats for a minute, and then you rest 5 minutes. You should be at a point, excuse me, I get nose hair. You should be at a point after that, during that 5-minute rest, where you're pretty rested. You shouldn't be like, that was really tough. It shouldn't get to that point, okay? If it does, it's okay. It just means that maybe you should have done one of the previous things, the part 1s of level 1, instead of actually going level 1. Okay, maybe the more personalized sort of thing, not as prescribed. Okay, so you do that. Then after the 5-minute rest, you're going to do 15 minutes of a specific routine. Now, the routine we're doing here is mountain climbers, jumping jacks, and lunges. Okay, after you do the 20 mountain climbers, which is each leg, so it's really 40 movements, right? You're gonna do 15 jumping jacks and then 10 lunges to each leg as well. You're gonna go right back up to the mountain climbers again, okay? And you're gonna repeat that as many rounds as possible, AMRAP, AMRAP, as many rounds as possible for 15 minutes. Okay, so the entire assessment, level 1, level 2, and level 3 are all the same time. However you want to warm up, cool down is up to you, but the assessment itself is 23 minutes. Okay, so it's really simple, really quick. Actually, 26 minutes. Actually, my math is wrong. 26 minutes to do the whole thing. Okay. So with that being said, let's go over some standards. If you're watching this and you're like, "Oh, this is pretty sweet. I never thought of this." Do me a favor, hit the like, share with some friends, do all those things so they can also create a good solid baseline to where they can do this same workout again in 6 weeks and see how they're improving. Maybe they see the push-ups went from 10 push-ups to 20 push-ups, but the squats only went from 10 to 12. That's going to tell you, hey, you're not working out squats enough. You need to do legs more, things like that, okay, which is why it's very important to do this. Now the movements, okay, the first one with the push-up. 2 ways you can do it. Way numero uno is on your toes. Totally fine. Okay, as you go down, your shoulders should get below your elbows. Okay, you don't have to go chest to the ground if you want to. That's all well and fine, but it doesn't. You don't have to. Okay, you go down and then up. Now your hands don't have to be close. They can be wide if you wish. Okay, you can go down like this and up as well. That's totally fine. But as long as your shoulder gets below your elbow, you are good to go. Okay. Now, if you're not able to do that, the other version of the version that you would go to is a knee push-up. But just like you're moving from your toes in a toe push-up, in a knee push-up, you're moving from your knees. So you're not doing this, right? I'm moving from my hips here. No, thank you. Down and then up. Just like that, okay? And again, you're going to keep track of however many reps you get in that 1 minute. Then you're resting, and then you're going to do sit-ups. 2 ways you can do sit-ups. First one, legs have to be free floating. They can't be held down by something. Okay? When you do your sit-up, you can create momentum if you wish. Okay, so here, up, you have to touch your toes or the tongue of your shoes, somewhere in there. Okay, you don't want to go beyond it because that's just silly. You don't want to go too short because then you're not doing full range of motion. So here, boom, touch, just like that. Okay? Now, if you're not able to do sit-ups, totally fine. You're going to still set the timer, and you're going to hold a plank instead. Because if you're not able to do sit-ups, you probably also aren't able to hold a plank for more than a minute, which is fine. Okay, because then what we can do is that once you do the assessment again, let's say the first time you do plank, just had a client get 5 to 10 seconds, I think was her plank time, which is fine, which is great. At least you can hold a plank. Okay, but then the next time you do it, if you get to 30 or 40 or a minute, if you get to a minute, that tells me you could probably do a sit-up. Okay. And so then we can start working on those sit-ups. You see what I mean? You follow in how this thing kind of works. But with the plank, elbows on the ground, feet inside shoulder width. Okay, your butt, should be a straight line from your shoulders to your hips, to your knees, to your ankles. So nothing like this, nothing like this, nothing like this. Nice straight line. Okay, hands can be facing up, together. Doesn't matter as long as you're just holding yourself up. Okay. And again, you'll set the timer whenever you fall. That's when you know you're done, okay? That's the second thing. Third thing then is squats. Now with squats, 2 ways you can do them as well. Option number 1 is doing them just a normal body weight squat. Back nice and straight. You send your butt backwards. You drop down. Your hands don't have to go in front of you. It's just comfortable for me. Some people do this. Some people do this, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here, just know my knees are above my hips. So I'm all the way down here. Butt's below my knees. Boom. Boom. Just like that. Okay? Now, if you're not able to get to your butt below your hips, that's totally fine. Get yourself a target. So in this case, I have a bench. Okay? I'm going to set my butt on the bench, and I'm going to stand up. Call these sit and stands. Okay? They're actually super hard. So because you have to stop momentum and then get up. So if that's your target, okay, or whatever your target is, maybe it's a chair that's taller than that. Like this chair is taller than this, right? Then the next time you do it, you're going to do the chair again. I'll tell you the reps that you'll get over at the end so you know when to move to the next one, okay? But you'll do this. If you get over that certain amount of reps, then you're going to move to body weight stuff, okay, of going down to that, going all the way down. And again, what's really nice too is all of these different movements tell us something. Okay, I'll get that to the end because I don't want to take so much time. Now, the next one is the mountain climbers. Okay, mountain climbers, you're in a push-up position. 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. You're going to jump and switch. That's half. 1, 2, 3. So this doesn't count. See how my knees are way back here? You need to get your knee above your hip. That does not mean you have to go all the way through here like some BA. Okay, just to here. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. You'll do 20 of those. Then jumping jacks. You won't be able to see it all. Sorry, I tried to get 2 cameras going, but this software doesn't let me do that. What you're gonna do is hands like this at your sides, feet are together, jump up, feet and hands go wide, and then down. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 15, right? And then lunges, again, super sweet. Love lunges. You're going to go like this. With this assessment, what we do is we don't go like this and just bang out 10 one leg and then 10 the other. We want to alternate. Okay, so it takes a little bit more coordination. Super important there as well. So you can go like this if you wish. That's half 1 because you need 10 each leg, or you can do walking. 1, 2. But make sure when you go down, okay, it's as if your body is in an elevator shaft. Okay, my torso is. So I'm going straight down and straight up. Just like when you're a kid, or you've seen those funny videos where they like pretend they're going downstairs behind the wall, they go, okay. But in an elevator, they're like this, right? That's exactly how you want to do it, okay? You want your knee to kiss the ground, not smack it, okay? Because it doesn't feel good. So again, you do 20, 15, 10, as many rounds as possible. Now, when this assessment gets funky, let me move this over. Let me get rid of this. All right. So if you want to copy that, just send it to me. If you're on my team, I'm rolling it out here really soon with level 2 and level 3. So you know. So how you would know when to move from maybe the modified version, that's the word I was looking for earlier, modified version to the regular. Well, if you can do at least 25 push-ups on your knees in a minute, you probably can do a couple on your toes. If you can do 25 squats hitting a target, you should be able to get down to your to body weight stuff down to the bottom position, okay? If you can hold a plank for 1 minute, you absolutely can do this, okay? Create some more momentum, push, breathe out if you need to. If you need help with that, just reach out. There's plenty of stuff I can help you with that. So those are the first 3. That's what would get you to the other thing. Now, as far as the other assessment, this one, where they have the mountain climbers, jumping jacks, and lunges, okay? If you need something to hold on to balance for that, it's absolutely fine to do so. Just don't put your hands on your legs, okay? Get a stick, hold on to a wall, get a chair near you. Just don't put your hands on your legs. Big reason why is if you're getting up off the ground or you're falling down, we don't want your hands here on your legs to prop you up. Okay, it's a really bad movement pattern. I'd rather have you use something else around you, because then it then teaches you to not use your leg. We want to use your body, okay? Use something or something else, okay? So there's that. Mountain climbers you can absolutely do no matter what, and lunges. It might not just look as fast as I do it, but dude or chick, whatever you are, okay? I've been a trainer for 12 years now. I can wiggle, I can move a little bit, okay? And if you haven't been exercising for a long time, it might not look the same, which is fine. As long as you're doing the movement, that's totally cool, okay? So anyways, there's that. Now, to know when you need to go to the next level of the assessment for yourself is after you get 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, and 25 squats in a minute. Probably closer to 30 squats, honestly. But after you get more than that in a minute, that's a clear sign that you're probably ready for the next set of strength stuff. Or then if you, but the thing that would hold you back is the conditioning. In the conditioning, in 15 minutes, you have to get over 10 rounds of it. Okay, so you can do really good at push-ups, sit-ups, and squats, but we need to get you to being able to do 10 rounds of the conditioning in order for you to go from level 1 to level 2. Okay. Anyways, that's it for me. Hopefully you found this valuable. And the real reason why, again, just so we're all clear. And I didn't talk about this, but I want to real quick. Gosh, 14 minutes already. Sorry, everyone's watching this really late. Is having assessments important. Okay, so we can look and see how you're improving. If you can't get down to the bottom position, that tells you we need to work on stretching. If getting down for the push-up hurts your shoulder, tight shoulders. If you're not able to do a sit-up because your legs keep flying off the ground, that tells us something else too, right? So all of these things tell us really some good stories about how we run and how we move. And so doing them properly is super important. So then we can assess, again, apples to apples comparison, how you're doing. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you'll do push-ups 3/4 the way down, you'll get 20. Next time, because you've got stronger, you're able to do them all the way down and get 20 again and feel like your push-ups aren't doing better. They are. You just didn't do them properly the first time, right? That would stink. And so we need to make sure that you do them to the exact specifications, the exact standards that you would do from one time to the next, okay? Absolutely. Now, if you do hit over one of those numbers, right? Let's say you hit over 25 on your assessment that you're doing the first time. You would probably want to wait a week, okay? Just so you can kind of like relax, let things go down. And then you would do the strength portion of the movement that you did better on with the next level. So let's say you do knee push-ups to toe push-ups, you get 30 knee push-ups. That probably tells me you can do some toe push-ups, but you don't want to do them the same day because you just did 30. That was probably, you only got 30 in a minute, which means it's challenging, okay? So you would want to wait a week and then you do push-ups on your toes to give yourself, okay, cool, because there's not going to be much difference in a week from one thing to the next. Over 6 weeks, we'll see difference, but probably not so much in a week. So we'd see, okay, now we can get 8 push-ups on our toes. That'll be our score for the assessment that we have. Easy peasy, okay? So anyway, that's it for me. Have a great freaking day. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you did, like, share it, heart it, whatever. It helps me out. It also helps other people too, knowing how to better their health and fitness. I think it's super important. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later.